Welcome to Pre-Snap Podcast, presented by LineStar app. Here's your host, Casey Bubba and Scott Bogman.
And welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Pre-Snap Podcast, brought to you by the people of LineStar Sports. Make sure you check them out on Twitter at LineStar app and at LineStar NFL. And most importantly, download the app in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. Everything you need, all the tools, all the optimizers, everything you need in the palm of your hands to build your winning DFS lineups. You can find myself on Twitter at BDintric, and my co-host is always on Twitter at Scott Bogman, Bogman Sports. How we doing, my friend?
Bogman Sports is doing pretty good. So can't complain. Wouldn't matter if I did, but yeah, man, I am ready to talk some NFL. Let's roll.
Yeah, we're in week 5 already, which used to be the quarter pole, but now it's like the almost quarter pole because there's 17 games. It's like an odd. It's like, that's in between the first and second.
4.333, right?
Well, it's like between the first and second date text messages, trying to figure out the second day, the awkwardness, like how far do I want to take this? Yeah, that's where we're at right now. So we'll see what happens.
Second date. I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Usually I just never mind.
That's
Can't
the next
say that joke.
Yeah, I was going to say something about you going to Carl's Jr. again, but you're in Texas now, so that doesn't happen either. But yeah, this is week 5, and we are finally at that point in the season where the injuries have really started to accumulate, and we have a lot of question marks, to go there. And,
it's all right.
Yeah, so let's get into week 5. We'll recap week 4 real quick. Oh, you bad man, you bad man, you.
I got him. See, Bubba usually sticks me with these like one-liners that everybody doesn't know about, but I got him in the chat. So there you go.
Bogman went 8-8 against the spread last week. I went 6-10 because I'm that good. Bogman went 5-10-1 against the over-unders. I went 7-8-1. It was a rough week.
I tell you what, just whatever I say on the over-unders, just reverse it and you'll be cashing, it seems. So I'm going to keep following my logic on these, and if it doesn't add up, it doesn't add up. But that's what I did in college as well. And it seems to have turned me around. So I'm going to keep following my logic.
Yeah, logic goes a long way. And we're starting to get a better idea of what's going on. So slowly but surely, we'll get into a groove and start rolling like we do in previous seasons. We'll start off with Thursday Night Football. The Rams, who let us all down last week, at Seattle. Rams are minus 2.5 point favorites, over under 54.5 on this one. You taking the road favorites, or are you going with the home doggies?
I'm going to take the road favorites in the Rams. I don't think they're going to not show up 2 weeks in a row. Just a little bump in the road. I mean, Arizona's playing really well right now. I'll say this isn't my favorite game to put money on. Rivalry games on short rest always kind of play tough. I think it was last year because the stadium was empty. They played this game on a Thursday or Monday night. I remember it was rainy and it went into overtime. It was just before overtime. I remember somebody nailed a long kick for the Rams to win that game. But so it usually plays close between these two. So for me, I am going to take the Rams. So I can't trust the Seattle defense. It is not getting a ton of pressure. Their corners are not great. So you have pretty much 2 good players in Wagner and Jamal Adams. There's other decent players, but you need guys on all 3 levels, and they just don't have it right now, specifically on the defensive line. So I'm going to go with the Rams. The over-under, I mean, you got me thinking about this Buffalo Wild Wings, commercial thing where
primetime games, baby. Primetime games.
Yeah. I think I'm going to take the under. I'm going to take the Rams, and I'm going to take the under because 54.5 is just a lot.
Yeah, this is a tough one, too. It's like I almost feel like at the end of the show, we should have like our 3 best bets. Like, because obviously we're not betting we're just giving you picks because most of these games we always say we don't like this game to begin with.
Right.
But so like our overall record would be a lot different, I have a feeling. But like this game I wouldn't bet much on either, at least not in the first half. On paper, I got the Rams.
It sucks not betting a Thursday game, though, because it's the only one on. So
college football, baby. You got 2 college football games.
Oh, yeah.
We're good.
Well, trust me.
And we'll have baseball playoffs.
You got to be taking Houston -6 for sure.
Obviously. Like, why wouldn't you? But the Rams is who I'm going with, -2.5. In the back of my head, though, I'm absolutely terrified of Seattle at home. I just don't believe in them yet. I think they're still kind of fraudulent with the way they're playing. I'm going with the over, though, because that defense is atrocious. Russell will score points. He finds ways to score points. But I think the Rams will score a lot more points, and then Darrell Henderson's going to run wild on the Seattle defense. So give me the Rams Give me the over. Let's head to good old jolly London, England. I'm not going to try an accent because we know that does not work well on this show.
Bub.
But Jets at the Falcons at Liverpool, England. On the pitch, as they say. Atlanta -3 after losing at home to the New York Giants. Over under 46. Jets coming off their first win. Why not celebrate with a trip overseas, Bogman?
That's right. Exactly what you want to do is, hey, we just got our first win. It's a hard-fought overtime battle against Tennessee. Let's take a long flight overseas. So, I got to tell you, man, I don't like either one of these teams. So this one is tough for me to pick. God, I'm going to take the Jets on the road. I like what I saw out of Zach Wilson last week. I think the offense kind of came a little more together with Jamison Crowder in there.
Bingo.
So I'm going to take them. I'm definitely taking the over 46 though, because I don't like either one of these defenses. So New York Jets and the over for me.
Yeah, this one sucks. I'm definitely taking the over. It's like we know the Jets can't stop a receiving running back. So Cordell Patterson and even Mike Davis, who gets a ton of targets, just doesn't do what Cordell Patterson does. They should feast. On the flip side, I think Crowder coming back is tremendous. So give me. Oh man, this sucks. Give me the Falcons and the over. Give me the Falcons and the over. I do not like any part of this game. Like the over, sure, but the rest of it, I'll be sleeping.
I mean, the over is even a little dicey because they're traveling and it's different.
Well, you take the first half under overall for the game over. That's what you do in this game.
Yep.
New England at Houston. New England -9. That's how bad Houston is, folks. Over under 39.5. Buffalo just won 40-0. Does New England cover 9 on the road?
Yeah, they do. I mean, look, I appreciate Davis Mills and what he's putting himself through right now to try to play for this team. And they're clearly not going to Watson because they would have done it if that was what they're going to do. But I think this should be it for him. This is his last start, but it's just not a great situation to have him starting against Bill Belichick in this New England defense. We both underestimated Belichick last week, came back to bite us on that Sunday night game. There's rain in that game too, but I'm not making excuses for that. I don't care.
Belichick had a game plan.
I thought Brady was going to smoke him. He did not. And, you know, we always talk about how Belichick game plans for whatever your best thing is, that ain't going to beat us. And they only have one thing in Houston right now, and it's Brandon Cooks. They're going to lock him up. They got nothing after that. They released Anthony Miller. So
that blew my mind. I'm like, what did he do wrong?
Yeah, something. So, you know,
something worse than Deshaun Watson. That's the crazy part.
Well, I don't know. That's a whole different story. But I'm going to take New England. I'm going to take the over because I think they get most of it. So maybe we get a garbage time touchdown for Houston or something to put us over. But a 35-7 game gets you there. So I'll take New England in the over.
Yeah, this one's bananas. Absolutely bananas. I'm with you. I'll take New England in the over. I think Houston will find a way to get something on the board, but it ain't going to be much. And this could be a Damian Harris week. This just actually give me New England in the under. Give me the under in this game. I just don't see. Like I think Bill's going to run the clock out. This is a horrific football game. Like this should be in London, England. Miami at the Tampa Bay Bucks. Bucks -10, over under 48. Give me the Bucks in the over.
No more analysis, Dolphins fan?
The Dolphins are dog crap right now.
Yeah, look, it's bad in Miami. Brissett is looking rough. I mean, you know, not that Tua looked great, but he looked a mile better than Jacoby Brissett. So I'm with you on this. This is Tampa Bay for me. The over-under is a little tougher, but I'm going to go over because I just think after a frustrating game plan for Tampa Bay, they want to put up points against Miami. Yep. And, I mean, you know, Bubba's seen Brady smoke Miami for a long time, so he's not going to be surprised when it happens here. I like Leonard Fournette in this game, too. We'll talk about that tomorrow. But, yeah, I mean, this might get ugly pretty quick.
It should. It should resemble that Houston-Buffalo game from last weekend, except the Dolphins might score like maybe 10 points, so that helps the over. But, yeah, Tampa Bay should be in the 40s by the end of this game. Philadelphia at Carolina. This is a surprisingly good-looking football game here. You got Carolina -3.5 at home, over under 45.5. Christian McCaffrey showed up to practice in pads on Wednesday, for what it's worth. Saw a lot of great jokes on Twitter about that. But Carolina -3.5. What you got?
Look, I'm gonna take Philly. I think they did look improved last week. Carolina feel like has lulled people into a sense of they're very, very good. That game against Dallas was not as close as the final score. So Dallas beat them soundly. And I know it was without their best player in Christian McCaffrey, but even if McCaffrey comes back, he's not going to play. He's not going to be 100%. He might play 100% of the snaps. I don't want to say he's not going to play all the snaps because he might, but he is definitely not going to be 100%. Carolina lost Shaq Thompson, who's been very good for them for at least this week. So if Carter takes over, he's kind of a rookie, or they have to move Chin down in there. They have questionable corners right now after Horn went down. They just traded for Gilmore. Doubt he gets in this game. But I'm going to go with Philly. I believe in Jalen Hurts pulling something out, at least making this a close game. So give me Philly, and I'll take the over as well.
Yeah, Philly's interesting. Hurts has looked phenomenal this year. I think he's quarterback 5 or 6 in fantasy right now. He's been absolutely phenomenal. So is Sam Darnold, though. You got to give him a little credit. DJ Moore can't be stopped. I'm going Carolina at home in this game, and I'm taking the over. I like the over a lot in this game. It's one of my more favorite overs. I just think both these teams should be able to move the ball, should be able to do things. And so give me Carolina. Give me the over. I think we're going to have some fun. Hopefully, Christian sits out this week. That's all I'm going to say. He needs to get fully healthy before he comes back. But give me Carolina. Give me the over. All right, Detroit, Minnesota. Minnesota minus 7.5. Over under 49.5. Dalvin Cook says he is banged up, but he's going to play through the injury. We saw how that worked last week. That's terrifying, but do you still like Minnesota taking down Detroit by over a touchdown?
It is, but Detroit reverted right back to Detroitness last week against Chicago. As soon as we gave them a little bit of credit, they said, "What are you doing giving us credit?" and reverted back to normal Detroit. So in this game, I'm going to take Minnesota. I know they didn't look good against Cleveland, but I think Cleveland's one of the better teams in the NFL. We talked about that before the season started, Bubba, and they are clicking on all cylinders defensively now. Detroit is not. So I'm going to take Minnesota. The over-under vexes me a little bit more. I'm going to take the under here, and I'm not as confident as the public, but
is that percentage correct?
It is. I double-checked it. It is very, very favorable towards the under as far as the public betting goes. So in the public money. So lots towards the under. So I'm going to take Minnesota, and I guess they know something I don't know. I mean, I was going to take the under anyway, but not this confidently. So
yeah, that's quite the statistics right there on the right-hand side over there. This is a fun one because I think they're not great by any means, but I think they've like been competitive. Obviously the Bears, David Montgomery ran wild. Madison and Cook should be able to do that. I'm still taking Detroit. I'm going to take Detroit for over plus 7.5, and give me the over in this game. I'm the 1%. Give me the over. Give me Detroit. Victory be mine. Yes, we're gonna have some fun in this one. Let's have some NFC North drama. Tennessee at Jacksonville. Tennessee -4 on the road against. Oh my gosh! I wish we were on the ITL show right now, so I could be a little more outgoing with the things I want to say. But Tennessee -4, over under 48.5. Bogman.
I mean, Tennessee, the Urban Cowboy has been a bit too much of a distraction. I mean, sometimes you get the rally around, your coach not being there and playing better and stuff. But and they did get extra time, and we did just see Tennessee lose. Yeah,
but Urban didn't use his extra time to game plan.
That's very true. He stayed with the grandkids.
He was in the 2-point stance, if you know what I mean.
I was going to stay with the grandkids and all that stuff. Dude, the conspiracy theories are amazing. They are my favorite. I'm here for it. I love it. It's ridiculous and eye-rolling and all that stuff. But, I mean, I love it. So, look, give me Tennessee. Give me the over here. Jacksonville hasn't figured it out on defense at all yet. Tennessee reeling a little bit, but I like the over more than I like Tennessee minus the points, but I do kind of like Tennessee minus the points here too.
Yeah, I'm going to go Tennessee in the over with you. This just does feel like the week where Jacksonville wins their first game. Like, it just so feels like it. But Tennessee on paper should just destroy these guys, especially after that loss to the Jets. There should be a little – can you imagine Vrabel in the locker room and the whole week practicing after that game? Oh, my God. Yeah, give me Tennessee and give me the over. I think it's the week we see some craziness from Tennessee. Denver at Pittsburgh, another game that no one should have to be suffering into watching. Pittsburgh's -1.5, over under 39.5. Bogman, we might get Drew Lock this week.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Denver's going to beat Pittsburgh. I have not seen a more
Who's
pathetic
worse,
team.
you or me right now with our teams?
I mean, it's bad. I tell you what, if we were picking win totals, I would take the Dolphins right now over Pittsburgh at the end of the year.
Nice.
So, Pittsburgh can get back. I just don't see it happening all at once. Ben has a hip issue after he had a pec issue. It's not good. And look, this should just y'all should figure out how bad Mason Rudolph is, right? So that's how bad he is. We're playing a 48% Ben over Mason Rudolph in Pittsburgh. So give me Denver. This total's too low. 39.5. Look, Pittsburgh is one of two teams that has not put up over 20 points on offense. It's us in Jacksonville. So it's bad. So Denver, I'm going to take the over. I think maybe they'll score. Claypool is back to practice today. I think Juju practiced today as well. So, but I'm taking Denver. Give me the over.
I think it's just an ugly, ugly football game where kind of whoever turns it over less wins. So I'm going Pittsburgh because Drew Lock's going to turn it over more. So give me Pittsburgh and give me the under. This just reeks of just like drives and then field goals.
21-3 something. I mean,
yes, this like 17-13, something along those lines. Like
Pittsburgh wins, I'll take it. But
yeah, bad football, like a bad game. Green Bay at Cincinnati. This should be actually a really good game. Green Bay is -3 favorites on the road in Cincinnati, over under 50.5. Big fan of this game.
I mean, I don't think this is going to be as competitive. I don't know why Green Bay is only getting 3 points. Cincinnati did come back and win, and they have some momentum, but let's not forget they came back and beat the Jaguars, so they were down for a while. You can't get down to Aaron Rodgers and expect to come back. You can get down to a rookie quarterback in his fourth start and come back, but that dog won't hunt against Green Bay. So give me Green Bay. I do like the over. There's a couple guys on both sides banged up, but mainly Jair Alexander going down lends towards the over by a decent amount. So Green Bay and the over for me.
Yep, we're on the same page. Give me Green Bay on the over as well. 34-27 victory. I like this game a lot. I'll be talking about it more on Friday's show, but I think the ball gets moved quite easily in this football game, and it kind of resembles some of the Cincinnati's games last year before Burrow got hurt, and we saw a lot of offense. I think we see that again this week, with Mixon potentially out again and P. Ryan back there, and it reeks of a lot of passing game, which should be a lot of fun on both sides. New Orleans at Washington. New Orleans -1.5, over under 44. New Orleans has been disappointing. Washington, yeah. So what do you like in this one?
More disappointing, Bubba. New Orleans offense or Washington's defense?
Washington's defense. I had much higher expectations.
I think so too. But it's been bad on both sides.
Yes, very bad.
I'm going to take Washington here. I think they can score. I don't know that New Orleans necessarily can. They should be able to against Washington's defense, but I think at any point, Washington's defense can bow up and play. So hopefully it's this week. I'm going to take Washington, and I'm going to take the under as well. I just don't trust New Orleans to put up points, and New Orleans defense is decent, So I think it's definitely a possibility for them to, New Orleans going to have trouble scoring, and they're going to make it harder for Washington to score. So that lends towards the under for me.
You know who can make a defense look good at any moment, Bogman? Jameis Winston. So it's always the thing that could pop up at any given moment. Give me Washington in this game. I'm a big Taylor Heineke believer. I think the kid's legit as it can be. And the feet, air, no matter what he needs, he gets it done. But give me the over as well. Give me Washington. Give me the over in this one. I think we'll see more points than people think. So it should be a fun game. Washington gets another big, big W. Chicago at Las Vegas. Las Vegas -5, over under 44. Justin Fields is under center for good for now, it appears. So what do you like in this one?
I love that Matt Nagy had a press conference to talk about why Andy Dalton's still a starter, and the next day Justin Fields is our starter, right? So
who do you think told him this is changing?
The owner. 100%. So it's like you can start Justin Fields. Look, Justin Fields is starting this week, whether you're here or somebody else is here. I think that was the message. And so he decided to stick with his job, even though it made him look like a dumbass, and go with Justin Fields. I think it's the right move. I think you're going to have to get him some experience at some point. I don't like this 5, but I'm going to take it. I'm going to take Vegas in this. Over under is even more. I'm running away from this game as far as betting goes. I'm going to take Vegas, and I'll go with the under on this game.
This is going to be a fun one because Fields, they've limited what he can do each time he's played. Now that he's the for good starter, do they open it up or not? Damian Williams will be starting because Montgomery's out. It's going to be interesting. Give me Chicago +5 on this one in Vegas, and give me the over as well. I guess it's a fun one. Vegas will put up their points as usual. I think Justin Fields, they might have to rely on him a little bit more. A-Rob might get a touchdown here. It could be a fun game. Chicago in the over. Cleveland at the Los Angeles Chargers. Chargers -1.5. Over under 47. Chargers are looking legit as it can be, Bogman.
Yeah, look, this game is going to be a real fun one. This is one where you just want to sit back and watch it, right? Because both these teams are so good. Man, I'm starting to think that SoFi gives the home team a big advantage here. And I like the Chargers at home in this one. And I like the over a bunch here as well. You know what? I'm going to take the under in this game too, because of what we saw from Cleveland's defense. The Chargers don't have that, but I think if Cleveland's defense is causing the Chargers a little bit of problems, I think the reverse, Cleveland had some rough time moving the ball against Minnesota last week. So, Baker's off. He's off. This is a bad stadium to play in if you're off. So give me the Chargers. Give me the under. Excuse me.
Yeah, I'm on Chargers and the under as well. I think the Chargers win by like 3 or 4 points. It's a slow-paced game. They're running the ball with the Browns. You got Garrett on one side. You got Bosa on the other, wreaking havoc. We saw it happen to the Chargers on Monday night when the Raiders started getting a little bit of pass rush in the second half there. Got a little interesting. So I see Garrett and company raising some heck back there. But give me the Chargers. Give me the under. Should be a really good football game, though. Really, really good football game. Giants at Dallas, NFC East, over City, baby. Dallas -7, over under 52. What do you got?
I tell you what, my favorite is the over here. And
yes, all day.
It's funny to me because the betting is 50-50 on the over and the under, but it has a lean towards Dallas heavily here. The Giants are playing decent, but Danny Dimes look good, but there's a lot of guys cropping up in this injury report. Leonard Williams didn't practice today. That's worrying me a little bit. They just lost Blake Martinez as well. They obviously have the wide receiver issues, and I don't think Slayton or Shepard practiced today. So I'm going to take the Cowboys at home. Don't love it, but I do like the over a lot.
Yeah, over is one of my favorite plays as well. 100% on board with you there. I love Danny Dimes. I love what Saquon's doing. There are a lot of question marks, as you said. So, picking this game right now, knowing what we know, I want Dallas on the over as well. I was really close to taking the Giants, though.
I was too.
If you tell me Shep's playing, I'll probably take the Giants.
I might too.
That adds weapons.
For me, it's more Leonard Williams, but yeah, I'm with you. It's like just 1 or 2 pieces.
And stuff,
right?
Yeah, if they just get another guy to help kind of stretch it out or even out the playing field a little bit, I like him to keep it within a touchdown. So keep that in mind when you guys are making picks later this week.
I think it's going to be more competitive than people are giving it credit for.
It always is between these two teams. Always.
Yeah, rivalry game too.
Eli had bad Giants teams. They still would go in there, beat them and stuff. It's rivalry. This is what they do. And it sounds cheesy, but it happens more often than not. So I'll go Dallas in the over for now. But there's a lot of things that could change that the next couple days. San Francisco at Arizona. Arizona -5.5. Over under a 50. Trey Lance is starting. Jimmy G's okay. Well, maybe Trey Lance is starting. Right now, they're saying Jimmy G's potentially playing. So it should be Trey Lance, though. Let's look at it that way. What do you got?
Trey Lance starting. Arizona and the over. I'm sure this is a big letdown spot, but that is more of a college thing than it is for the pros, right? Yep. This is hey, look, the Cardinals look like the best team in the NFL. They're 4-0. They just beat the Rams on the road, who we thought was the best team in the NFL. So here they are against the Niners, and they lose. But I think you have to take them. All the logic adds up towards them winning this game. You have a rookie quarterback most likely, or a quarterback that isn't 100%. Those are your options for San Francisco. Secondary is rough right now. The way that San Francisco wins this game is they run the ball and they smack the crap out of Kyler Murray early and shake him early because it is a road game. So I think that You got to calm down that crowd if you're San Francisco. So you got to hit Murray. I just don't think you're going to. Murray is a magician right now. So he's playing his best football since he entered the NFL. So I'm going to take the Cardinals, and I'm going to take the over.
Yeah, I'm going to take Cardinals. I'm going to take the over. I'm hesitant a bit, but I will take the over. I just don't think that this Niners defense is that good right now. I really don't. They struggled, and I agree. It's not a letdown spot because it's one thing to have a big win, but to have a divisional rival come into town that could easily, get hot and try to take over the division this early in the season, you show up for this game. Pretty simple. So give me Arizona. Give me the over. I am curious to see what Trey Lance does. I also like Arizona for the fact that as good as Trey can be, he's going to make a mistake or two. That's going to hurt. Right. So give me Arizona and the over in this one. Couple more games to go here. Let's go to Sunday Night Football. This one should be amazing. Buffalo at Kansas City. Kansas City -2.5. Over under 56.5. This is going to be awesome.
These are always good. The Monday night games have been the letdown so far. It's almost like Monday night and Thursday night switch spots here recently as far as competitiveness. But I'm going to take the Buffalo Bills in this game. I think they are peaking right now. There's a little bit of question as far as a big piece in Matt Milano, if he's going to play or not, but they don't take a gigantic downgrade if he doesn't play. AJ Klein is pretty solid as well. So on the defensive side, so give me Buffalo, and hate the number. I'm going to take the under. I just think it's too big. So if I'm going to take Buffalo, I think I have to take the under in this game.
This one's so tough. I love Buffalo in this game. I really do. Night game, Arrowhead. Give me Kansas City. Give me the over. I think it's going to be a great football game. I'm thinking like 38-35 type stuff. Like I'm looking for an electric factory, and it's a last-minute drive from Patrick Mahomes. That makes it happen. So it should be a good one. Monday Night Football, Indianapolis at Baltimore. Baltimore -7, over under 47.5.
Yeah, I'm going to take Baltimore in this game. I don't love the line, but I also don't really love what the Colts have been doing recently. And I think if you get to Wentz a couple times on the road, hostile environment, Baltimore is hostile as they come to play in if you're a road team. So I'm going to take Baltimore. I'm going to take the under 2. The Colts need to not abandon the run. That's what they need to not do. But we've seen them do it a couple times already. So I don't have a lot of trust that they're going to be able to withdraw from that and not do it. I think they're going to do it. So give me Baltimore. Give me the under.
Yeah, this is a tricky one for sure, because the number I don't like at all. Indy's been sketchy, very, very sketchy. It's on the road in Baltimore. Baltimore hasn't really thrilled me much either, though. This is a really tricky one. Going to go Baltimore, though. Give me Baltimore and the under. Baltimore and the under, a rather boring Monday Night Football game. I can't believe I'm taking the under on a primetime game, but I am. So Baltimore and the under. Did you take the under or the over?
I did take the under. Yeah.
Just wanted to clear that now.
Yeah.
There you go. But all right, everybody. That wraps up the Week 5 picks and bets segment. If you guys would like to watch the show, make sure you check out the LineStar YouTube channel. Subscribe and get all the updates whenever we go and put a new wonderful video up over there. So go check that out. And also, you can just listen to us on iTunes or Spotify or whatever. But give us a rate and review on iTunes. We truly would appreciate that as well. We'll be back with you guys on Friday with your main slate DFS preview. But for now, LineStar is on Twitter at LineStar app and at LineStar NFL. Make sure you download the app in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. Check out Bogman on Twitter at Bogman Sports. I'm at P. D'Antric, and we'll catch you guys next time.
See ya.
Thanks for listening to Pre-Snap Podcast, presented by LineStar app. Please like, comment, subscribe, and rate for good karma in your fantasy football game.